Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm opening up about something very personal. What it's really like being married to a Japanese man as an African woman living in Japan. The good part, the hard part, and everything in between. There are a lot of beautiful moments and also struggles that people don't really talk about. So let's get into it. For those who have not followed our story yet, my husband and I met in Malawi, and we had a long distance relationship and got married, stayed in Malawi for a year, and then moved to Japan. We are currently living in Japan with our 3 kids. Moving to Japan with my husband and kids, there are some struggles that I've experienced and want to talk about. One of the hardest part is that I noticed how my husband works. My husband works really long hours, and sometimes he works during the weekends. And I can say I don't see him often, even though we are married and living in the same country and living in the same house. I don't really see him a lot because of his working culture. On the other hand, I really appreciate his hard work towards the family. We have food, the bills are paid, and he provides a better life for us. I just think the way he works is just too much compared to how I've seen men working in my country, Malawi. The other struggle is that I noticed my husband can be emotionally reserved, I would say. He can be shy, or I would say very quiet about expressing his emotions, which I find so scary, I would say. I don't know what he's thinking. He's very quiet, and but what I've always known growing up is that in my culture and most of the African cultures, people are very expressive. We laugh out loudly, we talk with our whole body, and we cry loudly sometimes, especially women. We cry loudly, and I was shocked that none of that is in my Japanese husband. So just a short story. On our main channel, we posted a video when I was coming to Japan, and the comments were like, you guys have not seen each other for about 3 months and you didn't hug at all at the airport. Why? Jen, you should hug your husband, or my husband should hug me. He should express his love towards me, like he should show that he really missed me, or I should show that I really missed him. You didn't even hug. I think people were right, but knowing my husband and in my experience, I've never seen in Japan like couples being too touchy in public. So we were in public, and while dating him and observing him, I said to myself, I have to at least meet him halfway. I cannot take my whole cultural experience about relationship into our relationship, like being touchy or being laughing out loudly with him. I think that could make him so uncomfortable. It was really hard for me at first, because I thought, oh, maybe he's ignoring me. Maybe he doesn't love me, but I learned that that's how he is, and maybe other Japanese men, that's how they are. So over the time, I realized that my husband has his own ways of expressing love. The fact that we didn't hug at the airport because didn't we had not seen each other for a long time doesn't mean that we don't love each other. Um, I noticed my husband has his own ways of showing love towards me. The other challenge I've faced in my marriage, being married to a Japanese man, is food and cultural differences. I love sima. I can eat sima each and every day. My husband loves traditional Japanese food like natto. Imagine cooking sima and your husband brings out natto and soy sauce. It was somehow weird to me, but we had to adjust. I introduced to him my favorite African food, Malawian food, and also he introduced to me some Japanese food, and there's some Japanese food that I really like, traditional foods that I really like, and we had to respect each other. I let him eat his natto. By the way, I don't eat natto yet. I find it hard to eat natto, but I hope one day I will. So, as I was saying, I let him eat his natto without me complaining about the smell of the natto, and he also doesn't complain that I am a little bit slow in learning how to cook Japanese food. I cook some, but some I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process. So he doesn't complain. He understands that I grew up uh, in a different culture. The other thing is about society expectations. Some people don't really expect to see a Japanese man with an African woman. I understand, but we sometimes get questions that makes me uncomfortable. Sometimes we get comments that makes me miss home, and sometimes we get stares, a lot of stares when we go out, especially when I go out with my husband. We get a lot of stares. Mostly, I would say we sometimes we get negative assumptions, negative assumptions. But and on the other hand, sometimes we get love from people. We get love from people, encouragement from people. Yeah. On the other hand, there are some joys that I've experienced being married to a Japanese man. For example, my husband can be very caring and supportive. Despite being busy, despite having a very busy schedule at work, waking out late, when he comes back, even though he's tired, he makes sure that he helps me with the kids and helps me with the housework, something that people, especially on social media, reacted negatively. So what I mean is, it's normal for him to help me with uh, taking care of the kids. He did the same while we were in Malawi, and people reacted negatively, showing that this is not quite normal in Malawi. People would think that mm, uh, something is not just right for a man to be doing women's work. for a man to be doing women's work. It's either the man is being abused by the wife, or magic, or something fishy, something is going on. But I noticed most of the families in Japan are like that. Men are very supportive, even though they go to work to make sure that their families are well taken care of. They are also supportive at home. I don't know about other families, but some families I've seen, they help women. I was really worried how I could take care of these energetic boys, but he comes home from work and becomes the father that he is by helping kids with homework, and he also becomes a mom by like changing diaper or giving the birth to the kids. So I've learned a lot about the Japanese culture, the respect, the humility, the traditions like Obon and New Year, the matcha tea ceremony. Yes, the lion. Yes, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the Japanese culture, and also I make sure that my kids experience Malawian culture, even though we are not in Malawi. I make them wear chitenje sometimes, chitenje cloth, and George can say thank you in Malawian language. I'm happy to hear that. Being married to another culture has taught me a lot, understanding, and has taught me a lot of compromise. Sometimes he'll have to explain to me again and again about some things for me to understand. I know it's very tiresome. I know it's very tiresome to him, so he mustn't understand. He doesn't get tired of helping me to understand his culture, for my living in Japan to be fun and meaningful. I learned that our misunderstandings could be strengths to our marriage. So in this video, I was just sharing my experience about my experience being married to a Japanese man, the good part and the bad part, I would say. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel.